Hey guys, and welcome back to A&J Education YouTube channel. In today's video, we're very fortunate to be joined by my colleague Lorenzo. Hi Lorenzo.
Hi Sonny.
And Lorenzo and I are going to be discussing economics as a subject, why you might want to consider it in your studies and where that might lead you. So if you're interested in economics, even a little bit, keep watching because this video is going to be great for you. All right, guys, so let's dive in. So Lorenzo, look, you know, when I think about the economics, I think about, guys in pinstripe suits who want to go work for Goldman Sachs and, make rich people richer, in Wall Street or in the city of London. So, mainly economists become, go into banking and into finance.
I guess the most common route it is finance, but it's not just about that. I didn't go into finance, for example.
All right. So what can you do with economics?
Yeah. So I guess probably the main three routes that are very close to economics, and this is definitely not what everyone ends up doing, are the finance route that you've already mentioned, the kind of public sector route. It's more like civil service jobs, or more institutional sort of economics, and then there's the academic route that it's more developed to kind of around research and around and kind of helping the academic community. And there's not just universities, but there's a lot of economics research is done also in private institutions. But to be honest, knowing people that have studied economics kind of prepares you for a lot of other jobs that are not related to economics. A lot of people have gone into HR or any sort of jobs.
Okay, interesting. And what do you? So you've done. So Lorenzo's done. You've done undergrad and masters at Cambridge. And
Yep.
What are you doing now?
Now I'm working for a consultancy that helps basically the public sector with evaluation of policies.
Okay, interesting. Yes. So in terms of economics as a subject, what do you study? What does it cover as a as a field?
Yeah, I guess it's really broad as a subject. It's got a very kind of important maths component, and in a sense the more mathematical economics is divided into microeconomics, macroeconomics and econometrics. Mm-hmm. And those are the three topics that most universities will cover. And then there's the other side of economics that's more kind of humanities like, and it's got economic history, it's got philosophy of economics, and there's a lot of other kind of subcategories in that in those fields.
Okay, interesting. So, it's because normally when I think about economics, I think about supply and demand, price of petrol to petrol station. You kind of like GCSE, GCSE, economics stuff. But it sounds like there is a lot more, that sort of goes into it. And I didn't realize how much maths is involved.
Yeah, I mean, most of the things is kind of IB and A-level economics or high school economics will try to teach you everything, but of course there's a lot of kind of niche subjects in economics that you kind of never find out until you are in a university settings. Mm-hmm. And one that I liked a lot was game theory, that you kind of hear about but never actually study, but in economics it's used quite a lot. And so it's quite interesting but niche sort of.
That's John Nash, right? Got a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, exactly.
Random story. So Professor Nash and his wife Alicia came to Oxford 6-7 years ago when I was an undergrad, and somebody needed to look after them for the weekend, and that just happened to be me. So I spent the whole weekend with Professor Nash and his wife, showing them around, and they had a very interesting couple, just like normal, sorry, random story, but you mentioned game theory. Yeah. So okay, and so I have a lot of students who would reach out to to A&J and say, look guys, help me get into economics, and because I want to do finance. And I'm like, okay, so what's your GCSE maths, what's your A-level maths? They're like, well, my GCSE was quite bad, and A-level I didn't do it because I don't like economics. I don't like mathematics. So can you realistically do okay in economics if you don't like maths?
Well, I guess it depends on the course. The one I did at Cambridge was very much maths focused, and so there were people that didn't go in for the maths, but everyone was very good at maths, and a lot of the core courses are very mathematical. They screen a lot on being able to do maths. But to be honest, mostly Cambridge is it's kind of an outlier because they only have one course, which is economics. And everyone, if you want to do mathematical economics, philosophy of economics, they're all bunched up into one single course. But I know, for example, Oxford has PPE, which is a more broader course. LSE, for example, splits it into many more sub-courses. So you can definitely find your course in economics, even if you don't like maths.
You don't like maths? No, makes sense. But probably not at Cambridge.
Exactly. Cambridge has got this kind of strange structure.
Yeah, and you have this TMUA test for undergrad, so you're going to fail the test if you're not good at maths. Okay, makes sense. Great. Well, and Lorenzo, are there any final sort of tips of words of wisdom from you? Because I feel a lot of students go into economics not necessarily because they're interested in the subject, but because of the finance career that they're thinking, or maybe their parents telling them be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an economist. So, are there any things you would recommend to prospective students to consider before pulling the trigger on economics and considering if it's right for them?
I guess one thing is most of the time your university degree should not be aimed at a career. It's more you realise that you want to enjoy those 3 years that are in the uni. There's many paths into finance, and there are people that have studied history of art that have all ended up in finance. So it's kind of like, if you want to reach a career, there's many paths into it, and economics is one of them, but it's not the only one. So my advice would be just kind of enjoy your time at university, do what you like, and then your career will kind of follow.
Well, yeah, makes sense. Great. Well, guys, I'm sure you, like me now, understand what economics is as a field much better. Thanks to Lorenzo. So Lorenzo, thank you so much for that. And guys, please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. We spend a lot of time putting these videos together. And if you are interested in university admissions in general, you're applying in the future, or your son and daughter are applying, check out my newsletter and sign up for it. I send an email every 2 weeks, and it's packed with unique information on unique CV building events like seminars at Oxford, conferences at Stanford, and workshops at Cambridge that you can do remotely that are really beneficial to prospective applicants and helps them to kind of broaden their horizons. And all of this stuff is free, and you can do it at home. So do check it out. But for now, all the best, and see you soon.